Students come to HCC in search of opportunity with hopes and dreams, and HCC is where those hopes and dreams become reality. Like our wonderful city, HCC is a wonderful place of opportunity. As you can tell from the first moment you walked into the arena, we have a bold theme today. We are going to the moon. You're going to hear more about that later. So get ready for remarks from our chancellor that are literally uplifting. Yeah, see what I did? Before we proceed with the chancellor's speech, I'd like to highlight a special part of today's program. At HCC, we don't just talk about opportunity, we showcase it. With that, we prepared a video featuring one of our outstanding students, Sumesh Surendran, who has made an incredible strides during their time at HCC here.
My name is Sumesh Surendran. I'm a student of Houston Community College. I major in artificial intelligence and robotics. My project is basically about detecting cancer cells in children. This project name is LucoLens. It's abbreviated as LUL, so it's a short name I put for this project. Luco means, that it's kind of a cancer, and the other one is like lens is like the pathologists, they look through the microscope on the cells and they can identify what kind of cancer is this. So we won last year the Territorial Award for US for the project. That's a MedIntel, that's the project name. And this year I actually win the Territorial Award like last month, they announced that. But the time constraints, I face a little bit challenges like balancing work and studies together and in between doing this project. So I had to take the full-time classes and also I had to take a full-time job to pay the bills. HCC actually helped me in a lot of ways to overcome these challenges. To complete this project, the professors, they're from West Loop campus. They're the major campus for the AI and robotics, and we have a nice lab here. My colleagues also, they helped me a lot to accomplish this project in West Loop campus. So I'm so glad, they're always with me to accomplish this, otherwise I couldn't do this bigger achievement. My plan is to have a company of my own. That might be my friend circle, maybe from this people from this campus. Anybody they interested to work in projects like these, I'm welcoming all of them. Together we are strong. HCC, together we can go to the moon.
It's students like Sumesh who remind us why we're committed to our mission here at HCC. Now it is my distinct honor to introduce our board chair, Dr. Cynthia Litton-Gary. Dr. Litton-Gary, we thank you for being here today and welcome your remarks.
Thank you, Todd, and good morning, everyone. It's so wonderful to see all of you here. It's really exciting, and this is going to be a great day. Welcome to Houston Community College's Fall 2024 Convocation. I am thrilled to be here today as we celebrate our academic journey and accomplishments, and as we recognize our distinguished colleagues and promising students who are integral to the success of our institution. We are a great college, and this is a great day to celebrate our journey together. Wouldn't you agree? The students featured in that inspiring video is with us this morning. Sumesh, could you please stand and be recognized? Thank you so much. Before proceeding, permit me to acknowledge my fellow colleagues, members of the Houston Community College Board of Trustees. Would you please stand and be recognized? Each of these individuals work tirelessly to serve their respective communities and the entire HCC district. I would like to ask all of our trustees to know that I am so grateful to work with you, and I think we are a great team, and I think we need to keep pressing and doing what we do every day for our community. Thank you so much for all you do to advance Houston Community College. also pleased to introduce members of the Houston Community College Foundation who are with us today. The chair of the HCC Foundation Board this year is David Itz. Foundation members, please stand as a group and be recognized for your outstanding work, if you're present. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you so much. In fiscal year 2023, HCC Foundation contributed a total nearly $7.2 million, $6.1 million of which was provided in scholarships and grants for Houston Community College student success. HCC employees donated more than $165,000 during the 2023 Employee Giving Campaign. Thank you, thank you. Thousands of individuals and their families in our local communities have been transformed by the generosity of our many donors, including you, our generous faculty and staff. We thank you. We thank you, our many wonderful corporate sponsors and private foundation funders, which also contributed to our ability to open doors to students. This past fall, we had a most successful gala where we honored Dr. Ruth Simmons and raised more than $650,000. And we are just as excited about the 2025 gala. It is scheduled for Saturday, April 26, 2025, and will be at the Hilton Americas. You don't want to miss it, so please mark your calendars. Truly, this has been an amazing year for Houston Community College, led by our Chancellor, Dr. Margaret Ford Fisher. Let me mention only a few highlights. The Gulf Coast Apprenticeship Hub was honored with the prestigious Exemplary Award by the National Council for Workforce Education. And HCC received a $100,000 grant from Johnson's Controls to educate future workers in the heating, ventilating, and air conditioning and fire and security fields. We joined forces with Harris Health Systems to establish a comprehensive apprenticeship program to train and produce skilled patient care technicians. And with the Frecht Group, based in Switzerland, to create an apprenticeship program to address a growing demand for skilled professionals in the global freight forwarding sector. HCC also began partnering with the City of Houston to provide training in solar installation and began a partnership with Qualcomm, the world's wireless technology leader, to support and foster a more inclusive patent ecosystem for inventors and innovators, with a $430,000 grant from the Federal Aviation Administration. HCC is establishing a comprehensive aviation technician program that addresses the growth and the demand for skilled aviation technicians in the region. With Capital Ideas, Houston, a leading community-based workforce development nonprofit organization, on behalf of the U.S. Department of Labor to establish a comprehensive workforce development program. HCC will be providing training, apprenticeships, and work-based learning opportunities for as many as 425 participants over the next 5 years. Thank you. Thank each of you for your part in making these amazing opportunities a reality for our students. We are very pleased as well with the many awards and recognitions the college received this past year. The American Association of Colleges and Universities selected Houston Community College as a member of the Institution on Digital Equity, a group devoted to helping remove barriers to educational technology. Other institutions were selected included, look guys, we were in a group with Stanford University, California State University, Bradley University, and the University of Alaska. And HCC was recognized as a Star Award recipient by the Texas Higher Educating Coordinating Board for their outstanding work, or should I say for our outstanding work in our vast academy. Thank you. What a year it has been. It has been a wonderful and awesome year. As we reflect on the past year, I would like to take a moment to acknowledge the incredible leadership of our Chancellor, Dr. Margaret Ford Fisher. Dr. Ford Fisher has now completed 1 full year as our Chancellor, and her impact on this institution has been transformative. Under her leadership, HCC has set a positive course for growth, and we're making great strides in enhancing educational opportunities for our students and our community. Dr. Ford Fisher's commitment to fostering partnerships, expanding programs, and ensuring that HCC continues to lead in workforce development has been critical to our success. We are so grateful for the energy, the dedication, and the vision she brings to Houston Community College. Now, I would like to introduce a video that reflects the progress and aspiration of HCC. It highlights the success and the excitement of our journey. We are all a part of Houston Community College.
We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things, not because they are easy, but because they are hard. Because that goal will serve to organize and measure the best of our energies and skills. Because that challenge is one that we're willing to accept, one we are unwilling to postpone, and one we intend to win.
Just like President Kennedy rallied the nation to reach the moon, today we face something just as important, the challenge of reinventing higher education. I'm David Lebrun, president of Texas 2036 and former president of Rice University. Over the years, I've had the honor of leading education institutions through growth and change. The boldness required to go to the moon mirrors what we need right now in higher education. It's more than keeping up with the pace. It's about setting it and leading the way. It's in the very nature of HCC students, the range of experiences they bring, and the way you push educational boundaries every single day. This is a place where innovation can't just be a buzzword. It's what you do every day. You're not just participants, you're leaders, equipped to succeed in this ever-evolving society we're living in. The urgency of it calls us to action. Just like the moon mission captured the spirit of a generation, our mission, the mission to reinvent higher education, is poised to define the future and opportunities of our community. We're not just setting goals. We're pushing beyond every limit and redefining success. Every step you take at HCC is not just a step, it's a leap toward a future that's brighter, better, and more inclusive. It's all about going to the moon together. So, are you ready to be part of the giant leap in higher education?
Now, please welcome to the stage our Chancellor, Dr. Margaret Ford Fisher.
David, HCC is ready. We are going to the moon. Good morning, everyone. No, not the literal moon. We are a new credential of value, but not just yet for the space credential to the moon. But we like the team that propelled the Apollo astronauts to the moon. We too have a mission, and failure is not an option. Our mission is as important to us and those whom we serve as the moon landing was to NASA and our nation back then. Our mission is a promise we made to our community 53 years ago, a promise that now presents us with new challenges and new opportunities. We promised the residents of our service area that HCC would provide the academic and workforce programs that create pathways to prosperity for all the people of our community, and through our programs, help elevate their lives, families, and communities. This is our purpose. It is in part the reason we exist. But we are not going to the moon to stay there. We're going to the moon to test new ideas and technologies, to check out new systems and processes, to improve our performance as a team as we reinvent higher education. The ultimate goal is not just to go to the moon, but to return from the journey and use what we have learned to perfect our ability to go even further and farther. So in a very real sense, we will be going to the moon this year and next year and the following year, and we will take what we have learned after each trip and build better systems and processes that can vastly improve our service to students. For what sustained us as a college in the past is not enough to sustain us going forward. Shifting into discovery and testing mode can be a daunting challenge, but also an exciting one. We can think expansively, as did those early space pioneers, to re-examine our programs and services, our policies and practices, to see how everything connects to the mission. We can bring our many teams closer together to work more collaboratively and intently to help position our students to successfully launch their dreams. From the outset, focused and intentional planning like that given to the Apollo moon mission is critically important to our success. We must think creatively, plan strategically, and work as one unit. And as we do, our efforts will lift us to new heights. I expressed these thoughts to the Chancellor's Executive Council a few months ago, and a colleague at the table said, and I quote, "Chancellor, it sounds like we are going to the moon," end quote. And I responded, "Yes, yes we are. Yes we are." Now that got me to thinking about those 3 Apollo 11 astronauts who set out on July 16th, 1969, to fulfill a promise made by an American president that the United States send men to the moon and return them safely to Earth. Yes, I remember it. Those 3 lifted off in a Saturn V rocket early one morning on a 953,000-mile round trip to accomplish what many had only dreamed about for centuries. It was a mission that took years to plan and execute. It incorporated the talents of thousands of people from dozens of companies and agencies working hundreds of thousands of hours. And it took them all, the engineers, the scientists, support staff, contractors, communications specialists, and the US military working in sync to be successful. They had to build upon the lessons learned from past space flights. They had to envision and invent new technology. They had to run precise calculations and rehearse time-specific processes hundreds of times until everything went smoothly. It was a daunting challenge with a spectacular result. Working together and focused on a single goal, this amazing team changed history and the trajectory of human aspiration. To be successful over the next 12 months, we must have the same kind of focus as an institution. We must recognize our individual roles in this mission and do our work with excellence. Our mission is not to get to a physical place, but to change lives by arming our students with the knowledge it takes to achieve their dreams. It is through our pivotal work in reinventing higher education, as Dr. LeBron termed it, that we will help our students reach the moon and the stars. Reinventing higher education requires a shift in mindset, a willingness to look at our current systems through a new lens and know that we can build better. We can do better. Here's an example of this type of thinking. In December 2023, amazing team. We knew the Southern Association would visit us to review our plans for 2 baccalaureate degrees. But little of the work required to advance the work for submission had been done to prepare for this review. We quickly assembled a team to complete the documents SACS needed. This team worked nimbly, and SACS approved the documents, which led to dress rehearsals and ultimately to a very successful SACS site visit with no recommendations. Here's another example. In June, we asked Coleman College to offer courses at 3100 Main. They had a short window of time to create and execute a plan, but they went to work and did it. Coleman College at Midtown opened on August 19th with 433 students. This is what I'm talking about. Thinking differently and acting boldly to create opportunity for more students. Like the Apollo mission, ours requires single-minded focus, strategic planning, innovation, and so much more. And I know we can do it. We can do it. We can do it. Our mission is unique because HCC is unique. HCC sits in the heart of the nation's 4th largest city and faces realities that differ from the colleges around us. Houston has been called one of the most diverse cities in the United States. According to the latest US Census, an estimated 145 languages are spoken in Houston homes, and 48% of our residents speak a language other than English at home. Truly, the world is at our doorstep, and we welcome everyone. If the world has truly come to our doorstep, then it has come to the right place. There is no better place to be at this moment than Houston and at HCC. The data suggests that Houston is still the land of opportunity. Unfortunately, however, nearly 1 million residents do not enjoy this prosperity because they lack the skills and training needed to secure a meaningful job, and many cannot obtain that training because of their economic reality. These are the people who look to HCC for help. I've mentioned these figures before. Allow me to emphasize their importance again. 45% of our students come from households with an annual income of less than $24,000. 937,000 adults, 61%, in our service area over age 25 do not hold a college degree. And from that group of adults, 300,000 have not graduated from high school. Many have come only recently to the United States. This is our reality. This is what makes HCC so special. Our mission is to serve those who have little hope for a better quality of life. Now, with this mission in mind, let me discuss two major opportunities we face. The first is House Bill 8. Our opportunity is to successfully implement a new outcomes-based funding model. The implementation of House Bill 8 during the 88th Texas legislative session marked a significant change in the state funding for all 50 community colleges in Texas. This new funding model distributes state funds based on measurable outcomes such as credentials awarded, transfers, and completions. While many colleges saw substantial increases in funding, HCC experienced a modest increase of under 2%, the third smallest funding increase of all 50 community colleges. Beginning in September 2025, just a year from now, our total state funding will depend on how we help students persevere through their studies and complete a credential, transition into one of our bachelor's degree programs, or transfer to another institution. We will be funded by the number of students completing credentials of value in relevant programs identified by the Texas Higher Education Coordinating Board. Now, recruiting students is important, as well it should be. Notwithstanding, we must also retain our students, allowing them to complete their courses and obtain a certificate or degree. This is where we need to focus. In many ways, we must leave no stone unturned in developing the processes and services that encourage students to complete their studies here at HCC or transfer. So you can see the dual need. We must grow our enrollment and quickly, and increase our retention and graduation rates dramatically. HCC must gain ground rapidly in not only enrollment, but retention, completions, and transfers. Central to our success is the alignment of instructional practices and student services to remove barriers, increase graduation rates, and ensure a supportive learning environment. Our strategic focus on student success through informed decision-making remains steadfast. Next, we face increased competition from other colleges. The world of online instruction has changed higher education. There are very few boundaries. I'm sure you have seen television commercials by colleges large and small, advertising nationally for students who want an online degree. This trend is not going to diminish in the near term. Students are very comfortable with online classes. Now, any student, anywhere, can enroll and take classes from any public or private college that offers courses over the internet. This is a tremendous challenge as HCC must compete with well-known universities for our local students. And while we focus on our community, we must think more broadly and expand our reach much further by building on the foundation of the online college. We must grow its footprint to include the entire globe. So our responses to House Bill 8 and growing competition from other colleges are high priorities for us this year. Now, let me tell you what HCC is already doing to reinvent higher education and position us for success. I am very proud of the work that is already underway. One, we are improving student success and retention through several strategic initiatives. We are reviewing all our processes and programs. We are closely examining our enrollment, transfer, and completion rates to ensure our programs align with the needs of House Bill 8 and provide meaningful career credentials. This includes reimagining our advising functions to promote student completion through pathway advising and admissions advising models. We are prioritizing our students' basic needs. We have opened Eagle Markets to address food insecurity and digital learning centers to provide technical support and tutorial help. We are committed to ensuring our students can focus on their studies without being hindered by personal challenges. We are developing My HCC Pathway platform. This platform serves as a common view of our students' educational journeys. It supports learning outcomes and tracks student support usage. It also helps us set goals and encourages reflection. It is another component in our effort to improve the student experience and to increase retention. We are deepening the Caring Campus initiative across the college. Caring Campus helps send a message to students that they are welcomed and belong here. Simple acts of kindness and engagement can significantly impact student retention and success. A smile and kind words go a long way in building a student's self-confidence and may be the reason that a student perseveres and goes to completion. Next, we're expanding educational opportunities and programs to attract new students and improve retention. We are creating additional programs and micro-credentials. These will help attract and retain students by providing achievable markers toward completion. These include micro-credentials after 15, 30, and 45 credit hours to encourage persistence. We are introducing new bachelor's degree programs to respond to the needs of the community and to prepare for needs of tomorrow. Already, we have launched bachelor's programs in healthcare management and artificial intelligence and robotics. Other baccalaureate degrees are being considered as we respond to the needs of our community. We are expanding dual credit access. Legislative changes and fast funding have enabled us to expand our dual credit offerings, providing educationally disadvantaged students with free access to dual credit courses. Further, we are piloting the HISD College and Career Accelerator and HISD Athletes Bound for College and Careers dual credit programs. These initiatives will help us expand further the number of students who benefit from dual credit courses. We have created a military education program to provide a leadership training and development program that prepares full-time college-enrolled students for service opportunities as officers in the Army, Navy, Marine Corps, Coast Guard, Air Force, and Space Force. Why did we create a military education program? Because the military not only will provide a great opportunity, but it will pay for the education through a baccalaureate degree for many young people in our community who would not otherwise be able to afford a college education. Third, we are fostering innovation and collaboration across the institution to enhance our effectiveness and reach. We have empowered our colleges for new growth and positioned them to support their communities. We have challenged our colleges to grow, and we are allocating resources to make them successful. Our campus-based communications offices will work directly with their campus teams to market their programs. They are working diligently in their local communities to engage parents and students and build partnerships. I doubt there is a church, civic club, library, park, apartment complex that's not been visited by an HC Shiner flyer or a member of our team. We want our communities to think of us first when they need higher education. We have hired vice presidents at each college. A vice president at each college will work with the president to develop programs that align with community and regional needs. This will help our presidents to focus on other strategic opportunities and help deepen the college's relationship with civic and business leaders. So as you can see, we are working in a variety of areas that will lift us towards success. Yes, we're going to the moon. Now, what is ahead for us in the coming year? What are the big initiatives? Where will we place our focus? Here are a few plans which I believe will make this a year to remember. One, we are considering information from the community with the potential name change. The process is underway and will include extensive internal and external community input. We anticipate having our findings and recommendations to present to the Board of Trustees very soon. In the meantime, we are conducting an open and transparent process that allows input from you, our business partners, and the total community. There are many reasons to change our name. One important reason includes differentiating the college to attract students and appeal to an array of constituencies who benefit from the institution's programmatic offerings. The fact that we are now offering baccalaureate degrees and competing for online students significantly changes the landscape in which we operate. This is an exciting moment in time. I look forward to seeing the recommendations very soon. Changing the name of a college, as you well know, is not new in higher education. Institutions such as Harvard, Yale, Princeton, Cornell, and so many others have changed their name, and it's the result of many name changes. It's due to the expanded programmatic offerings. Many community colleges around the country have also experienced name changes. When an institution's programmatic offerings expand, a name change is in order. 2, we're expanding online college. HCC Online College has been recognized by Newsweek as one of the top online programs in America. And recently, we were selected by the American Association of Colleges and Universities for its inaugural Institute on Digital Equity. With that in mind, we are continuing to expand the offerings and flexibility of our online programs. As I mentioned moments ago, we are growing the number of our courses and programs in modalities that serve our students. And we're offering these programs to a growing number of students here at home and around the world. Online education will be an important component in our success going forward. We are also working closely with our 94 Houston consulates to be the college of choice for international students here and abroad. Already, we have developed a memorandum of understanding with Mexico to provide educational courses for its constituents, both locally and in Mexico. This year, we expect to greatly expand the number of MOUs. Imagine the impact this will have on our growing enrollment. 3, to accomplish this, we are launching a new website. The Board of Trustees approved the development of a new website that should be operational in about 12 months or less. A new website with new tools and an intuitive structure will help us communicate more effectively with our community and students, and will set the stage for launching many new initiatives. 4, we are growing our reputation for training the next generation of cybersecurity professionals. HCC was recently named as a National Center of Academic Excellence in Cyber Defense by the National Security Agency. This means HCC is a trusted institution for cybersecurity education. This is a growing field. Jobs for information security analysts are forecast to grow more than 30%, and our enrollment reflects a strong interest in these jobs. About 700 students are currently enrolled in the HCC cybersecurity specialization, which is up from 575 students last year. So here, as with artificial intelligence and robotics, HCC is building a national reputation as a leading provider in higher education. Five, we are creating commitment days at each of our colleges. So, what is a commitment day? It is a day in which all of our colleges will host an event at which we can tell our students about the expanded pathways we have for them at HCC. We can tell them about our baccalaureate programs and how they can begin as a freshman here and progress all the way to a bachelor's degree at a much lower cost than they would pay at a university and without losing college credits. That is our value proposition. Extended opportunities at an affordable cost without losing college credits. On Commitment Day, we will help students sign up for a 4-year program and celebrate their decision. 6, we are removing even more barriers to entry. We are positioning HCC to offer stackable credentials to some of the most impoverished residents. For as little as $1,000, a resident can earn a micro-credential which will provide a viable wage. Residents can also enter the workforce with as few as 3 courses in phlebotomy, welding, construction trades, or plumbing. Imagine the impact on a life, a family, and the community. Lastly, like the Apollo program, we're putting the right people in the right positions to achieve the desired results. For example, to improve student completion, we're adding 15 new dual credit support positions. Let me say thank you to our Board of Trustees for supporting our budget recommendations this year that make these new additions possible, plus the 7.5% and the 4%. Thank you, Board of Trustees. We have made other adjustments to our organization structure, specifically to position ourselves for future success. Just a few months ago, I asked Dr. Muddassir Siddiqui to accept a new position as Vice Chancellor of Institutional Innovation and Digital Strategy. The world is headed into the metaverse, and Dr. Siddiqui will help lead HCC there. We are committed to staying on the cutting edge of technology in the classroom and in our daily operations. And that brings me to the most vital component of our team, you. Each of us plays an indispensable role in creating an outstanding experience for our students. Our collaborative efforts make the positive difference in all we do for students, the communities we serve, and each other. We have individuals with the demonstrated talent and commitment to make HCC the college Houston needs and deserves. Let us continue our journey together, drawing out the best of our ideas and harnessing them in service to our community. I believe in you. I believe in the HCC mission. And I believe we have what it takes to go to the moon. We will convene our thought leaders and futurists to explore new solutions to our pressing opportunities. Solutions that will keep us in the forefront of innovation, invention, and change. Finally, let me close with this story. In 1962, President Kennedy visited NASA for the first time. During his tour of the facility, he met a custodian who was carrying a broom down the hallway. The president asked the custodian what he did for NASA, and the custodian replied, and I quote, "I'm helping put a man on the moon," end quote. He understood how his work connected to the bigger mission. He reminds us that everyone has an important role to play in the HCC mission. This is what I'm asking each of us to do. With so much depending on HCC in the next 12 months and beyond, I'm asking each of us to connect our work to the ultimate purpose of this amazing institution and help us reinvent higher education and achieve the success so critical to our future. You would not be here if your work were not important. No matter what you do, you contribute to the excellence and effectiveness of the entire organization. When we are in alignment, each of us doing our part, how can we fail? If you are a faculty member, teach well. If you are an advisor, advise well. If you are a librarian or a counselor, serve with excellence. If you're a member of the facilities team, use your talents to keep things running efficiently. Together, we can provide an environment that lets students know they are valued and supported as they pursue their studies. Every role at HCC is important to the mission. We are a team. Our success is not up to one of us. It rests on all of us. Our mission is to help everyone who comes to us with a dream find a path forward through education, to lift a family from poverty to prosperity, and to secure a better quality of life for this generation and the next. Our mission is to serve the students, the businesses, and the organizations that depend on us and elevate the quality of life of our community. That's why we are here. And we must do it with urgency and innovation because of the challenges facing us. As President Kennedy said that day at Rice University, and I quote, "We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things, not because they're easy, but because they are hard," end quote. So in other words, to accomplish greatness, we must do difficult tasks. To achieve the things we never have, we have to do the things we have never done. We can and we will. We can do this. Together, we will rise as one college with one purpose and show the world how eagles truly soar. HCC, are you with me? Let's get started.
Ignition sequence start. 9, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
HCC, we've landed on the moon.